Hey Grady, this is Christian here to take the transmission apart for our 100. Get into it and see what we got going on here in this big bad boy. Hopefully you can hear me just fine. Swing it around. This off of it. Set this to the side and get it back to you when you pick it up. Hope you're having a good holiday. Sorry it took me so long to get to this. My daughter unfortunately was in the ICU for quite a few days, so I didn't have much time to do anything, but she's doing all right now, so I am back at it. Go ahead and get these bolts out here. I'm not going to take it apart just yet, or this out just yet, because filter and all that holds it in. But I just like getting stuff out of the way as much as possible, especially when it comes to something big like this. Alrighty. Go ahead and get this tail housing off. It's a big old heavy duty tail housing. Right here is your output speed sensor. What I'll do is when I go to build it, and you'll hear me say this a lot in your kit, a lot of people don't realize that a lot of things come in a kit, and that is a lot of seals, things like that. This has got a seal around it. I'll be taking it out and changing that seal inside, cleaning it up. Alrighty. Turned over on its back. Hopefully you can see me real well. Let me bring you a little bit closer. I'm trying not to be in the way too much, but I've still got to see some things. But I want you to see a lot of things. lot of pan bolts. Let it drain for a little bit. Alright, looks like you got quite a bit of the fluid out already. This is your, of course you know what this is, I'm sure it's a pan gasket. Comes in the kit, so you'll be getting that replaced with a new one. Throw it away. Here's the inside of your pan. Fluid looks like it may have been changed or recently or something. I'm not sure, but it does have a lot of metal inside of it. And it's got some metal on the magnet. You're going to find some metal on the magnet anyway, but that's a little bit much. Hopefully everything just come from your torque converter area and everything else is good inside, but we'll see here in just a few. Put this under here. Getting this apart is your filter. Of course, you'll be getting a new one. We'll throw that away. Go ahead and take these 10mm nuts off that hold your accumulator body, valve body, solenoid pack in place. Also, it's what it is, it's line up bolts. So that's in there. First part of the solenoid, the top, or not solenoid, but the top part of the valve body off. Just a small section of it. See, it's got two valves. Most of the time, the valve bodies are okay. Click them and they'll be fine. It does have a lot of metal inside of it. Hopefully you can see that there. All in the grooves, that'll be cleaned out. Also, I'll do the updates to the springs that comes with your kit. Like I said, you'll be hearing me say the kit a lot. This is the plate that goes in between this and the lower part of the valve body. It does not get a gasket, so don't be alarmed that there's no gasket on it. It just don't have one. That part there don't get one. Got a couple of check balls here, and especially a 4R100, it seems like they are in different locations no matter what. Usually they have the 3 configuration here, 2 big ones, 1 little one, but I always make a mark just to make sure. You know, you can always look up and see where they go, but these are just to make just a little scratch mark and then just put it back in. Take the rest of this part of the valve body off. Hopefully you can see me good. Here's is a layered valve body. It just comes right off just like that. Pick your valves. Most of the time these valve bodies are just fine. Where you'll have problems at is sometimes the accumulator body. These are just fine. The valves are picking just fine. You've got metal in there. That all get cleaned out. Looking like new. And Also update it with new springs that come in your kit. All right, let's get the accumulator valve body off. Accumulator body, accumulator valve body, whatever you want to call it. It's hot out here today. That's good. Hopefully you're having a good Memorial Day. Didn't get to do much this year or anything at all because daughter was in the hospital, but she's doing great. That's all I care about. This is your accumulator body, and it is picking just fine. Little sticky on that one. This one's fine. That one's a little sticky. I'll be taking these out anyway, put springs in them. So what I'll do is clean them up real good. Most of the time it's sticky because the springs are really lightweight in the accumulator part. And also you've got a lot of metal in here. So it's probably getting hung up on that metal. Once I clean it up and everything, you'll be good to go and replace all the valves and stuff in it. Now your solenoid pack. Let me get the right socket for it. It takes a special socket, Torx bit. Usually it's number 30. But I just know where my tools are. Plus I'm getting older and I have to wear bifocals, or not bifocals, but reader glasses. So it's good that I know where my tools are at. When I go back building, I'm always wearing my bifocals so I can see everything real well, especially up close when I'm doing all the valve body work. Let it drain for a second. Just going to pull it out. Sometimes it'll come out. Sometimes you got to get from the bottom and just knock it out. Just lightly tap it out. Doesn't matter if you lightly tap it or not, it's getting replaced. These solenoid bodies always get replaced with the updated style. It will be updated, and I like accumulator bodies better in vehicles because it's all in one pack, and when you change them, it's pretty much you're changing all your solenoids. It's not like on other Fords or Chevys where you got to sit there and change all of them separately at a time, but it still ain't no big deal. Got a lot of metal in there, but you ain't got to worry about cleaning it up or anything because it's going to be a new one. Alrighty, let's get this plate off. This is a filter. That's a filter that goes from the valve body to the torque converter, and it's supposed to keep metal from getting in between each other, but it works works a little bit. Most of the time it don't, but that's just the way it is. Get these 3 little bolts out here, these 8mm bolts. Hold your plate down. Your valve body plate, valve body accumulator plate. It's just a little plate. 3 little bolts holds it in. Hopefully you can see that lifting up on the plate now. This is a gasket between the valve body and the case. That comes in your kit. It'll get replaced also, so we'll throw that away, and you'll get a new set of plate gaskets. And your plating these are usually really good. The only time you run into problem with valve body plates is most of the time in Chevys, because they use steel check balls, and there's a repair kit for them but if that don't work, if the hole's just too big where the check ball will just go right through, then you got to change the plate out. Ford uses rubber check balls, rubber, which is good and bad in a way, because over time the check balls will shrink, especially from the heat and everything. And the check balls come in your kit anyway, so those will get replaced also. And we got some check balls here and here. And you've got a little tiny filter spring that fits in there. It acts as a check ball and a filter. That comes new in the kit, so that'll get replaced. Also down here, you've got a spring and a small, this is the only metal check ball you will see in the kit, is this spring right there and the check ball that goes right underneath the solenoid pack. And it never goes bad. So there will be a new spring though in the kit though that will get replaced. Said you're going to be hearing me say a lot about kit. And we've got check balls to get out. Usually it's a 10 check ball. 8 to 10. This looks like 10. So let's see if we can get them out. Not when I turn it over, they'll fall out. Sometimes they're kind of hard to grab onto in there since they're not metal. You can't get into it like a Chevy and get it out that way. This is your intermediate band servo. This has already been updated. This is the updated version. It is in great shape. These things usually last a long time. They're molded pistons. What used to come in them was just it was a little bit bigger piston, the same style spring, and then it had a cap over it, and the cap was held in by a snap ring. And they had problems with those busting out. So now what they do is they make this updated version that just clips right in there. Your plate and your valve body helps hold it down in place because it's a lot higher piston. So it works a lot better. Real good update Ford came up with. And if it didn't have it in there, if it had the old style, I'd be getting this for you. But this is the update. This is as far updates you can get on this. So we'll set this to the side. We'll set it down here. Now we've got 3 center support bolts that are 13 millimeter. These 3 bolts here are for your center support. And believe it or not, they have all 3 of these bolts in your kit. So those get replaced too. The reason why is because they have a little bit of Teflon and silicone, and that helps it seal better. And over time, as you can see this, if you could see that, it wears out. So what they do, instead of telling you to put Teflon over it, they already have a Teflon coating over the threads completely. And that's what you use because air goes through this. If you see that little hole there, that's what applies some of your clutches there. inside inside your case there. But those will be getting replaced also. I could set everything to the side if you want to. I always like to show people everything that I replace. Get a little bit more oil out of here and get these check balls out. But I'll give you like a little baggie of everything that I've replaced. Everything except for like your converter, it's going to require a core. So I won't be able to give you that back. But all your stuff that mostly come in your kit, things like that. Alrighty, bring it down a little bit. I'm gonna set these down here, but these are your check balls that are rubber, Teflon, and they shrink over time. Comes in your kit, so you'll be getting new ones of those. You've got an input speed sensor up here. Let's go ahead and get it out, so that way when I flip it over, I don't break it. Which I've done about everything you can think of. I've been doing this so long. About everything you can think of, I have done. Every mistake. Got your input solenoid. You can see right there, there's a black O-ring. That'll get replaced. That's in your kit. And this will get cleaned up. A lot of metal on it. This is really highly magnetized, so it really attracts the metal. Alrighty. Let's start getting inside the case. See what you got going on here. Sorry if I take my time. I get to talking and try to explain things to people as much as I can. Feel like if you're a little bit better educated, hopefully you understand. May have to block you for a minute because I got to wrangle this pump out here. And it's got a gasket on there and an O-ring that over time kind of sticks. So I'm going to have to do some tugging. Oh, sorry if I'm sniffing a lot. I've got allergies real bad this year. For some reason, it just don't want to go away. So just give it a couple light taps out just a little bit. You don't have to use a tool for it because this comes out. You're able to tap it. This is one big hunk of steel. That's your input shaft. That, buddy, that thing never goes bad. Well, I better not say never. I have seen them bad before. So let's get your pump apart. This is your pump. Got some 10 millimeter bolts that holds it together. A washer. Black washer. A lot of the times those come in your kit also. I replace them. Here's some seals that'll get replaced. Sealing ring here. There's a seal up in there for your pump. Or not your, that where your filter goes into, that'll get replaced also. Also, your front seal will get replaced. This is your lockup torque converter seal here. That'll get replaced with the new one. I know you're probably telling me to shut up. Get your transmission apart. I just like to talk too much sometimes, I think. Alrighty. And that gets that apart. Take these bolts out and set them to the side. Drain baskets for clean them up. Especially everything you get inside the transmission will get really nice and clean. The outside I do my best on. I don't have a cooker since I just do this at home. But I clean up as best as I can. Most important part is the inside anyway. This is your pump stator. Inside there are two sets of valves. They're boost valves, mostly your reverse boost valves. Those will also get updated springs in them that come in the kit. And we'll go ahead and flick them a couple of times. And they're always good. Just have to take them out, clean it up real good, get all the metal out of it, and we'll put new springs in them. Here is your gears. Get this one out. This one can be a little stubborn because it wants to suction on because of the fluid. It's your pump gears. They're a solid hunk of steel. I have seen them broken before, but most of the time they're just fine. Same way with this valve body, not the valve body, your pump body is fine. The one thing I will change right here, you can see a lot of groove wear right there. That's your, let's see, hopefully you can see that, but that is your bushing, your pump bushing. I changed those. That also comes, most of the time comes in your kit. If not, then I just buy it separate. And they're just like a couple of dollars. But I always check to see, because you can build your own. Reason why I say a lot of things comes in your kit is because you can build your own kit however you want, and that's what I do. And with the people that I deal with most of the time, they know what I like in the kits. Just like with each and every builder, everybody's different who builds transmissions. This is your gasket, part of it. I'll get the rest of it off when I clean everything out. That'll get replaced. Throw that away. Let's get your overrun drum out here. Overdrive. This is your overdrive, overrun drum, whatever you want to call it. Everybody calls it something different. This is a thrush washer that goes into the bottom of it. Thrush washers are usually good. Inside there's your overdrive clutches. Overdrive, overrun, whatever you want to call it, like I said. And this drum is usually good. And there is your clutches and your steels. Let's flip it around and check out the other side. The clutches, I'm not sure if you've seen clutches before, but most of the time in your kits, they're a real bright red color. That's the most common color. Sometimes, depending on which manufacturer is making the kits, sometimes they're green color. It doesn't matter the color because they're made out of the same material. So, and Ray Bestos is usually the ones that goes back into it. They're a really good brand. And your steels on this look good, but your steels will come in the kit. So those will be replaced and sent back because a lot of the times they melt them down and the company that they get them from and reuse them again sometimes. At least that's what they say. I don't think that's the truth, but this is your sprag here. This sprag here is an updated sprag. This sprag used to look different. It was brown in color. It was a little bit wider, and it would break a lot. This one here is the updated one, and it's real good. Ford updated it. Before Ford updated it, we as builders used to update it to this anyway, to the new kind. But just like always, when manufacturers like Ford, Chevy get wind that something's not working and we find something that's better, they usually change it themselves, which is good. That's why you keep up with all the factory updates. Get this big old snap ring out. Not trying to get in your way here, but I got to see this snap ring to get this out. And it's usually easy to get out. It's just kind of thin, and you got to kind of grab it with your fingernail and pry at the same time. So what that is, then these clutches, your coast clutches, and I can see already those are really bad. Really, really bad. They are almost, if you could see that, that is a dish-shaped clutch. It's not supposed to look like that. And if you could see, the metal, it's already worn down to the metal. When it does that, that's when you get a lot of this on your steels, hot spots on your steels. This one's really so bad here that it's ate into the steel. Your plate is fine. It's got little hot spots on them, but the plates never warp or anything like that. So what you do is you sand them up a little bit and use them over. But steels are so thin, you've got to replace them. They're also, it's got a little dish going there too. And this clutch here, you can see it's almost all metal. About half of it is. So that all comes in your kit, get replaced. Set it to the side. Now this is your overdrive planet, front planet, overdrive planet. Lots of different names for it. These are usually good. This one's in great shape. Nothing wrong with it. That's where those clutches ride. The first set I took out. It's got a bearing on top. It is just fine. It's a big old hunk of steel too. Can't say it's never went out, but it's a pretty tough design. You really have to be working this thing to get those to break. Now this here is another snap ring that holds in this. This is your center support. And it was held in not just by this snap ring, but it was held in by these 3 bolts that we took out also. Before I go on, let me show you this. I forgot to show you the piston. Yeah, I like to show the pistons in all the drums, even though they're fine. Piston's fine. There is seals and lip seals that goes underneath them. When I take all this apart, you'll get new seals for that piston. That comes in the kit also. Just want to do that before I forgot. All right, let's get this out here. This is your center support. It also acts like a piston for the clutches that I just took out, which will get replaced also. Alrighty. Big old snap ring that holds that in. It's not the biggest snap ring I've ever seen, but it's a big tough one. Alrighty. Get to the side. And let's wiggle this out. Sometimes it's a tight fit, but sometimes it'll come right out. Sometimes it won't. Okay. So I already see this is a good example. This is a spring here for this set of clutches that we'll get out right here. That's your intermediate clutches. This is a piston, and this is held in by pressure. And as you can see, there's your lip seals. That's what those black seals are. Those get replaced. Also on this side, when I take it apart, you can see that there's a spring. This one's a lot bigger, but this spring holds this piston in, and so that will get replaced also. All your seals come in your kit. Alrighty, this right here is your other center support. It's got two of them in here. The one we just took out. Now we've got another one. Sometimes it can be a bear. Hopefully we'll get on it really good and be able to pull it on out. Yes. There we go. That's your center support. See, you could see there's some bolt holes right there. That's ones we took off at the top. Here's a plastic washer, sealing rings. This is always good. This hub's good. A lot of this stuff is fine. That center support's good. Let's get your direct drum and your clutches out. Sometimes this can be a little bit of a pain. Gotta get a hook on it. I don't want to speak too soon because this thing so far is coming apart pretty good. And they got an extra. This one has the extra snap ring on it. So it's got an extra one. Sometimes they put them in there, sometimes they don't. All right. There is, let me get all this out here for you. This second gear, automatic second, I should say. Right back there. Right now, these clutches are worn down to nothing. That's metal. There's your steel, so they'll get replaced. Just got little hot spots on your pressure plate. It's fine, but that's real bad there. You can tell this wasn't, it really probably wasn't shifting a lot or slipping really bad. And then you've got this gear here, which is your one-way clutch. And I notice, you actually hear it coming apart. It is broken. So we will put the updated one in there and replace it. That is your intermediate one-way sprag, one-way clutch, whatever you choose to call it. But we're going to have to get one of them. It is bad. Put that over there. Now what it rides on is the back of this drum. And that drum is fine. It usually is fine. Got a washer there. There's your direct clutches, third gear clutches, direct clutches. Those are bad, along with the steels. Piston inside here. Take it out, clean it up real good, put new seals in it. Be good to go. Alrighty. Now, let's check your forward. This is usually good. Thrust washer. So this here. This is your forward clutches. I'm going to show you the band. Band to get replaced also. This is your forward clutches. Not as bad as the other ones, but they will get replaced along with the steels. This is your band that gets replaced. You can still kind of, excuse me, see kind of a reddish tint along with burnt, and it is cracked. So that gets replaced. That don't come in your kit. It's your rear ring gear. That is fine. That is your washer. And you've got a bearing and another planet. This is your rear planet. It is fine. And your sun shell is fine. All these hard parts here are usually fine. Go ahead and get your snap ring holds that planet in. See if we can get a finger in there and get it out. If not, I scribe and get a hook on it and pull it. That's just made out of a big hunk of steel. It's always good. Got your rear. The only thing left in there is your output shaft. I'll get all that out, everything when I go to clean it. And pretty much it. If you have any questions, just let me know. It'll take some time to get this video uploaded to you or to YouTube. And then you'll be able to see anything. If you got any questions, just let me know. Most of this stuff they usually have in stock. The billet converter, usually they have in stock. So should get everything in a few days. Hopefully get you done by this weekend. Like I said, if you have any questions, just let me know.